Hi and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm coming back in with the Hello Spring Deco-Large collection, and I'm going to be using these two here. So this is the base layer, and then this is the Deco-Large bit, which you layer up onto this base layer here, which I have previously done in already. So I'm doing the little using the little teddy bear one today. So an Egg-stra special day. So this is the one I'm going for. So this is just to show you what they look like before they're Deco-Larged up, and then I have the corresponding card and the inserts to go with that one, and obviously the next one I've got lined up is the cow. So for this one I've been sort of like playing around with some different card styles, but I've not quite got the hang of some of the other card types that I've seen people make. So for this one I'm going to be doing a easel card that's not big enough because it's not even a 6x6. So that's the size card I'm going for today, is a 6x6. So I've got one over here that I've pre-cut beforehand that I haven't used yet. So I'm just going to come in with my score tool and score that down to 6 inches, and then score at the 3 along there. It's just a normal straightforward easel card for this one. So I'm just going to burnish this down, and then I'm going to burnish this bit over wrong way, burnish it that way because I'm doing a normal easel card, not a reverse easel card. So that is that there. Just going to put that to the side for the moment. I'm just going to grab a couple of mirror cards which are 6x6, and then cut these down so that they fit on. I'm having a bit of a problem with my seat today, so I'm just bringing in my trimmer, and I'm just going to trim this down 2 notches under the 6 both ways, and 2 notches under the 6 this way as well. So that gives me the bit for the inside there, and then this one needs to be 2 notches under the 3 that way, and then 2 notches under, I did that wrong, 2 notches under the 6 this way, which then gives you the bit for the for there to go across there, and it should fit on there. Yeah. So then I want this piece of card. So I want a bit that is so I need the bit to go inside. So I'm going to use the teddy bear bit. So I'm going to come in 4 notches under the 6 that way, and then 4 notches under the 6 that way. So that gives me my base layer for there. I don't think this bit is big enough. No. So I'm going to have to come in with this one, and it's going to be the same. So you need it 3 notches, 4 notches under the 3 this way. So I'm just using the yellow bit, not the bit with the corner on, and then hopefully 4 notches under the 6 that way, and that should be all the cutting for this one. So I still have a couple of bits of card left over from that one, so I'm just going to move my trimmer out of the way for the minute, get my glues, so the all-purpose glue and the tacky glue, bring the card back in, and these 2 bits of Liri and normal card, which comes with the kit. So I'm just going to put all-purpose glue on the back of there, and then tacky glue in these 4 corners, like so. Turn it over, turn that over, place this down onto here, where I want it, roughly about there. Just move that to the side for the moment, and the same with this top layer, all-purpose glue when it comes out of the bottle. And then tacky glue in these 4 corners. So if any of you that have been following me and subscribed to me from the beginning, and you might have noticed that I've sort of like revamped my channel page. I've changed the picture, my profile picture, and I've changed the image on the top of the YouTube channel that you see. And when you come to watch my newer videos that I've done, you will get to see my new Crafty Calamity at the beginning of each video, like I've revamped that as well. I've done a new one for that, so I fancied a change. So if you're coming back and watching, it's still me, still the same person, just updated the look of my channel. And I quite like the new design of the banner at the top, and also my profile picture on there. And also my new bit at the front of the videos that I put on as well. So here we're coming in with this little teddy bear with his little Easter egg. Just doing a normal card. So I think I'm going to turn this one into a Easter one. So I've got the little one there, Easter wishes just for you, or I hope you have an extra special day, or you're so sweet. And then there's 2 little banners as well. So I'm going to take this little, I don't think this heart one is going to be big enough to go across, go across the middle on there, but I'm just going to cut it out just to have a look and see if it will fit across. If not, then I'll use the one with the little teddy bear on it. This one might go somewhere else. No, it's not going to go right across there, so put that to the side for the moment. And then I'm just going to pull this one out. Excuse me. I've got a little tickle in my throat again. So I'm just going to cut this by eye. Just going to shimmy it over a little bit so it's right on the edge of that yellow. And then hopefully this is on the edge as well. And then just snip that off there like so. And then I'm going to put a little bit of tacky glue, on here. Once I get it to come out. Put it down there. And put it across there. So today is Sunday the 10th of March, and it is Mother's Day. So for any of you ladies watching that are mums, happy Mother's Day. So for every one of you. I hope you're having a good day. Hope you've been spoiled. I spoke to my mum this morning on a video call and wished her happy Mother's Day, and she opened her presents while we were on the video call. She's not been very well at the last couple of weeks. She's had a chest infection. She's on the mend now. But beginning or earlier in the week, she was not 100%, as you can imagine, with a chest infection. She managed to get in to see a doctor on the 111 number, and had to go to the doctor's on Wednesday, and had a blood pressure taken and all that, and they listened to her chest, and she had a chest infection, so they gave her antibiotics to help with that. That's why she had been feeling so ill and so rough and no energy to do anything, get dressed or anything like that. But she's on the mend now, so that's all good. Still coughing, and I've made, see the boo-boo I've made because I'm chatting away again, so I wasn't meant to go all the way up with them. So what I'm going to have to do is you're going to have to bear with and see if I can get these off again now. This is I do this quite often just lately because I'm too busy chatting away and not concentrating on what I'm doing. But anyway, mistakes happen, and mistakes on these are easy to rectify. It means I just have to pull them all off and be careful with all the glue that's on them. Don't need to pull them all off. I think I'm hoping that the top 3 will be enough. So I'm just going to have to get a tissue for a minute, if I can remember where I've put my... Oh no, I'm going to get a wipe. Some wipes down here in one of my trolleys. It's easier. So excuse the rustling for a minute. As I say, I don't edit any of my mistakes out because me personally, keeping mistakes in, it helps other people that struggle like I do sometimes to get things in the right places. I'm going to have to take one more off, which is this middle one here, and then I should be good to go. So I'm just going to get rid of them in the bin, because I don't pay loads of money for these. So as I said in some of my other videos, that these foam pads that I use are from the works, so they're not, don't cost an arm and a leg to buy. They cost me about £2 for a pack, so it has, I think I said, between 8 and 10. I did want to go a little bit higher with that, but this card's not very straight for some reason. But it didn't go on the trimmer very straight either, but there we go. That is going to be that one. And then I'm going to come in with this big sentiment at the bottom. So I'm just going to put some foam pads on this one. This one I need to go all the way along because it's going to be the stopper to hold the card up. Hopefully you won't make the mistake like I did doing this as an easel card. And I was doing a insert on my other cards that I did on my last video, and I put the insert on the back of the card upside down, but that doesn't matter. So you can put this up as high as you want it. So you can put it up there, you can put it down to there, you can put it all the way down the bottom. I don't want to cover the little ducky up, so I'm just going to put it smack bang there, just across his ears, so you can still see the egg and the teddy bear and the little duckling, and you still have like Easter wishes just for you, or you're so sweet, but I'm not going to be using them, so they'll go in my little folder thing that I have here, where I keep all my other sentiments from all other kits that I've used that have more than one sentiment on, and then if I need a sentiment for something that hasn't got one, then I use one of them. So that is what I do with them. This one I'm just going to put some, excuse me, some gems on, so I'm coming back in with my gold gems for this one, and I'm just going to put a couple down the bottom here. So as I said, this one, it's not very, the card itself is not very straight for some reason. I don't know what was going on there. Normally they are, when I burnish them down and do them, they normally turn out a little bit better than that, but the burnishing down, but never mind. It will still look nice on someone's side. These have still got a lot of static in these gems for some reason, even with a tumble dryer sheet in there, because that's the only way I can get rid of a lot of the static off of them, so that when I open the tub it doesn't all stick to the top of the lid and then they go everywhere. So that is that one done. Close my lid so I don't knock them flying. So I'm just going to have a little tidy up. Not that it's that messy at the moment, so I'm pretty tidy with this today. Normally I'm more messier, although as they say, a messy crafter is a happy crafter. So that is that one. So I'm just going to set up for number 2 and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So this I've never made on camera before, so this is my first attempt at doing one of these on camera. I'm not really sure if a lady I watch called Sybil Jane has done something similar to this, but I'm calling it a frame card. So I've cut a piece of card, A4 card, down to 11 inches. Take that off of there. Oh no, cut it into six. Cut it down to 6 inches. You need this little bit. I'll put that to the side for a minute. Then you need 2 pieces of this that are cut to 6. So if you don't have that, put that to the side. I don't think this one's big enough. No. So I'm going to cut a little bit off of this one, because I can use this afterwards. So I'm just going to cut this one down to 11, so it's the same, and then cut this one down to 6. So these do use a lot of card. This is why I have A4 card as well, and just the A3 card, because this one's easier to use for doing this style of card. Not that I've done this style of card before, so this is my first attempt, and I've just had to play with it just before I come back on to video. And then this piece here that's 11 by 6, line it up on your scoreboard, and then you want to score at 1, 2, 3 and 4, and that is all the scoring you need. And then this bit here, once it's folded, this bit here should be 6 by 6, and then these 2 little bits that you cut off that are 2 1/4, so you just need to go 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and you have a little tiny tab which will come clear in a bit. and then you have 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and the little tab again on that one. I don't think I need to do any more scoring at the moment. So with this one, you're going to score this all the way across them score lines on each one, so it's folded over like that. And then what you're going to do is to put this down, you're going to fold it across there, and hopefully when you put the double-sided tape or your red liner tape, which is probably the strongest tape to use, onto here, across the bottom of this bit here, and then cut that, and then put another bit on. Hunkydory, I've just done a 12mm one, which is a bit more chunkier than this, which I've got some in my basket ready to order. And then across there, and then I'm just going to get my pokey tool just to pull this red liner tape off. On both bits. And then hopefully when you go, when you fold this bit over and stick that bit to there, when you hold it, stand it up, it should open up like a stand. I'm just going to burnish this bit down a bit. Now I've folded it over like so. So that's going to be like the frame for it. And then these bits that you've done are before as well, so you're just going to fold them over all the way along each of them fold lines, and then fold that one down, and hopefully this red liner tape is not too wide for this one. And you're going to put a bit of red liner tape along this skinny edge and hope that it stays in place, which I do have thinner tape, so I might have to use that on the next one, because I think this is a little bit too wide for this one, but it'll do for this side. I've got a bit of excess over, hang on there. So this is going to be the pillars on the side of the frame, and then peel that off of there and hold that down, and then hopefully if I get this right, if you fold it in the middle fold and hold that one down, and then hold that down as flat as you can, which is not going to play for me today, sticking to everything, so I'm going to do it the opposite way, like that. Hold the sticky bit and stick, and then once it's stuck into place like that, you're going to open it up, and then this is going to go just on the inside of here, like so, and it should be alright. So you're going to have a little tube opening up the top there, but I don't think, you could go a little bit smaller if you wanted to. You could take this down to, so if you go from the box end down to this end, so it's a little bit smaller than the 6. So yeah, so it's a little bit shorter than the 6, so I could have gone a bit smaller than this, and these could have actually been a little bit thicker, so they could have been 1 inch, but I can actually trim a bit off of that on my trimmer so it's not sticking over, if it'll go through my trimmer. Not sure if it will. Yeah, it did. and then it should fit on there a bit better. There we go. So before I do this one, I'm just going to take a notch off while it's flat. And that should be it for that one. I'm going to find my skinnier. I'm going to use this one, this little tiny reel. And then I'm going to fold all these over, like I did on the last one. Fold that one over. Put some red liner tape on when I can find the edge on this skinny one, which is there. Just going to place that onto my card. Give it a press down as you go along. Trim that bit off, just to make sure that it's adhered onto there, and just give that a bit of a press down. As I say, I've not done this style of card, and I was just having a little think to see what I could do to make the card look a bit better. So here we go with this folded over bit again. Hopefully it sits flush, and then open it up so it's like a frame, and then that'll go on that side as well, which you stick it on with some red liner tape. I'm just going to put, so I want it bit where these edges are, I want that so it's sitting that way, I think. So I'm going to put the red liner tape on this side. Once I can get this to find the end of it. You can flatten it down while you're putting it on to there, because it will just come back up once you've done that bit. Put that on there. Peel this off, hopefully. Throw that in the bin if it'll come off my fingers. Bring your card back in, and hopefully try and line this up with the edge of this card here. Might take me a little while to get it in the right place, all the way along so it's not overhanging. And just burnish it down, press it down, and then it should stand up like that. It's going to need something at the back of it, because that should stand up flat. Get the other bit on and then we'll see how we go. So you can use a bit of cut off card for a stand at the back, which is what I'm going to do. Whoops, I need to make sure I'm putting this on the right way. Yeah, so it needs to be on this side here. Just flatten that down so I can stick that onto there. And the red liner tape is the best tape for this kind of card. And you just want it to adhere to the card that you're working from to make. So I'm just going to place this one, hopefully. So just line it up. The top and the base. Push it down and then bring it back up. So that will sit or it won't stand at the moment. So I've got these two little bits here. So this is not quite 5, it's 5 by, and I'm going to cut it down to 5 by 2 so it's easier to remember. 5 by 2. This is just one of the offcuts from that bit of card, and this is going to be the stand at the back. So I'm just going to fold that in the 2.5 mark. Score at 2.5. Hopefully that's the right score. And then I'm going to burnish that over, fold that over, burnish it down. Use some red liner tape on the back of this. Got some here. Put a couple of bits onto here. Just so it'll hold this in place on the back of the card. So this is similar, like a box sort of frame card. Just going to trim them off. Burnish it down a bit. But you can put this on after you've put your insert on if you want, or you can put it on and then put your insert on after, which you don't have to go all the way down to where the frame bit is. So before I stuck that down, before I stick it down, I'm going to put it on this way around just to give you it, and then, oh no, don't do that, you silly Billy. Right, so put that there. I'll just move my little thing out of the way for a minute. So you could put that down first, so you've got the whole thing covered, which is what might be the better idea before I go sticking that on. So I can stick that on last. So I'm just going to put that to the side, and then I'll come back to that once I've done the front of the card. That'd be the best idea to do. So let me just move this out of the way again. Oops. Move that out of the way for the minute. Move that out of the way for the minute because I don't need that. So I'm going to get this bit of tape off of those scissors. So I can put them away for the moment. I can stand my card up here so it's out of the way for a second. And then I'm going to bring in this piece of card. So what I want for the middle is this cow. And then bring that in. Let me just bring this down because I need to see. I'm going to turn it up that way. So I need to see what the centre of that bit is. So it's about a 5. So I'm going to do it 2 notches under the 5 because I want the cow in the middle. 2 notches under the 5, and then 2 notches under the 6, I think it was, height wise, and then see what that looks like once I pick it up. So that'll fit in there. I'm not using any gold mirror with this one. And then I need, so that's 1 inch, so I need 2 bits that are 1 inch. I'm going to cut it this way. So I need that one, that's 1 inch, like so, and by 6. And then that's going to go on the bottom there. And then I need another bit the same. So another one that's 1 inch. And then by 6 again. Which that one is going to be the one that's going to sit under there on that ledge, hopefully. And then I need 2 for this bit here. So, and that's 1/2 inch. So I'm going to cut 1 inch. Like that, and then I'm going to cut this down to 1/2 inch. Hopefully it doesn't move underneath my trimmer. And then I've got to cut these down to 6. That's 1. And then this one. Down to the 6 as well. Bring that back in. Just going to move this out of the way. Move out of the way. Throw my little bits of rubbish in the bin. And these two are going to be going onto the side of here. So that should fit onto there. I might have to cut another 2 bits to put on the inside of there. That bit's going to go there. That bit on the front. So let's start putting some of this together. And then I can see where I'm going to go. So I can flatten that to get this one under. So we're going to do this one first. So a bit of all-purpose glue. I'm going to put a little bit of tacky on this, just in these corners. Flatten that down. Place that onto there. Give it a good press down. Do the same with the bottom, the side, front bit. Across there like so. Couple of dabs of that. Press that down again so you can get this onto there like so. And then just a bit of the all-purpose glue on this one once it comes out. Which way around did I need to put this one on? So that one needs to go on here. I'm going to have to cut another 2 bits because I've just had another idea. Well, not another idea, but they're a bit long them way, so I can trim them off afterwards. This one's going to go on the inside there. Put some glue onto that. Stand that up like that. Push this one into this corner, into this side. And I'm going to cut another couple of pieces of this one to do the other side. So I'm going to cut this at another inch. And then I'm going to cut that in half again to 1/2 inch. Like so. Put that onto the 6 mark, cut that down to 6, although the 6 is a little bit too big, so it should have been a notch, I think a notch under the 6, but I can cut them tiny little bits off once the card has dried a little bit. So before I do any of the other bits, I'm going to put these on. as I say, when you do make cards, you just trial and error, really. I mean, just sit there, think of these ideas, have a practice run with it like I just did with this one, just cut in the card sizes and then seeing what you can come up with, because there's no right or wrong way to make a card. At the end of the day, it's you making a card. If you're, you know, card making is a hobby, it's enjoyable. Oops. It relieves stress, and I think it does anyway, personally, me, after a busy week at work. So I really do enjoy crafting more now than than before, because so that is that bit done. Where I've sat that down so long, it's not, I mean, they will still fold down, so you can still, and that will still fold down to put into a card, I mean into an envelope, sorry. And the reason why I started doing my channels, because I was looking for ideas on how to use like Hunkydory kits, and apart from Hunkydory TV themselves, I didn't really find that many channels that did do Hunkydory card making. I found Sybil Jane, and I was looking, when I was typed in on the search bar for YouTube search, and I was looking along and I was thinking, there's a lot of kits out there, a lot of people do card making, but not that many doing Hunkydory. So I decided, well, I'll have a go and see how well I do. And if I don't get that many subscribers, then I don't get that many. It's not going to stop me from doing videos, because as I say, it's become part of a hobby, and it's something that I enjoy, and hopefully a lot of you people that do come across me do like what you're watching when I'm making them. And I do talk about other stuff as well, talk about my family life, my family, and that's me putting myself out there so you know the person that you're watching when you're watching me craft. So there we have that. If you wanted to, you could, that one I did a little bit wrong. I was meant to do the same on this side, but it's gone the right way on this side, so it doesn't, that one should have been on the top, but it doesn't really matter. If you want to, if you don't like seeing the white sides, you can put a piece of that card on there, but I'm not going to on this one. And hopefully with the bit on the back, once I've put the insert on, so I'm just going to cut this insert. Just going to cut this insert down. So I don't want it to go, but it can go all the way down actually. So just need to see what size this is. So it's 6 wide by 7 high. So I'm just going to measure my insert on here with a pencil and mark it. So it's just under the 6 and then just under the 7. And I'll bring in my guillotine, because that is what I use. I'm trying to wreck my craft room. And then put this in here to cut this down to size. Make sure it's level. And just trim that down. Same with this bit. Make sure it's level. Which it's not, it is now. And then trim that down. The little bit can go in the bin, the other bit I'll keep for a different card. So I'll leave that out of the way for the minute. Bring in my tape runner, which is this one, which is the Easy Runner Guard brand, sorry. Just going to put some of that onto there. It didn't go on very well. Just going to tuck that over so it's not showing when I put it onto this card here. Bring this card in, flatten it down, and hopefully none of my workings come off while I'm flattened it down that way, which it hasn't. And then I'm going to turn it over, I'm going to flatten it down again, and this stand hopefully is going to work. I might have to so I don't want to go sticking that on there and then it doesn't work. Okay. Doesn't stand up very straight, but what I'm thinking of is if I put this on here, when this opens at the back, it's not going to stand, it's going to stand at an angle, it's going to stand like that at an angle, and I don't want it. I want it to stand sort of straight. So you might have to give it a bit of a wiggle around. I don't know if I want to cover my cowl, so it might go to the side. I don't know if this is going to work. But I'm going to give it a go and see what happens. So when people, if you're giving this to people, or you want to give this out as a card, you might have to give it a bit of a play around with to try and get it to stand back how it's meant to, because this doesn't seem to want to work for me. No, it's too heavy and I didn't do that right. Okay, I'll come back to figure that out, how it's going to stand up. Right, I'm going to have a little play around with that. Because I actually thought that when it was like a box style type of card, it was going to actually stand. But it's not working for me. Maybe I've done the stand bit at the back wrong. So maybe a little bit of a play around and it will stand, because this is the topper that's going on there. They're quite a hefty topper, heavy topper, so they might not. And I just realised that putting that cowl on there, this cow's going to cover that cowl, but you only get the one sheet with these, so I could have used the green, but then I wouldn't have been able to use the cowl for anything. But if I'd done a normal card, it would have worked, like my other one that I did the other day with the what did I do it with? Can't remember. Oh, the blue tip birdhouse. Okay, so I'm just going to put a bit of tacky glue on the back of here. And I'm just going to place this down. Sorry, little cow. Just there. And then I'm going to use this one here, which is Hope Your Day is as Lovely as You. Need some more foam pads. Stick onto there. And the other ones you got on there is, as I said, Happy Birthday to Moo, for someone very special. And then you got two little borders as well. Ow, just smack my hand on the desk. Just going to put a bit of tacky on there. And before I do that, I've decided I'm just going to use this little border here. So I'm going to cut this border in half, roughly. It's not wide enough to go along all of the bottom and to go underneath the board, underneath the sentiment that I've got. But if I cut this in half roughly and then glue it down each side, so glue a bit on this side like that, and then glue a bit on the other side. The sentiment will cover the space. Make sure it's level, which it is now. Make sure I put this on up the right way, so you can flatten that if you want. And then place that onto there. And then that will, you need it to stand like that, but the thing is that I just needed it to be a little bit different to that. But I can't take that off now, so because I used that double-sided tape. So what I'm going to do is just have another little play around. So I'm just going to where is my thing? So I'm just going to do this an inch, sorry, and then fold that over like so, burnish that over. So I'm going to bring this back in for a minute. I'll put another burnish mark in there. I don't know if this is going to work, but now this video is getting really long. Because this is not going to plan for me. But anyway, I'm going to have a play around with that, but I was hoping it was going to stand up and it wasn't going to fall over, but it's a bit heavy with if I'd done it where these were bigger, these side bits, if it was the same size as them, maybe it would have stood up. So yeah, I'm a bit annoyed with myself because it's not, it might stand if I put another one over this side, it might stand up, but I don't know. So this is going to be, this, I'm not putting any gems on this one because it hasn't gone to plan at the moment. So until I get it sorted out, if I do get it sorted out on one of my videos, I will come back with it to show how it's turned out if I get it sorted. If not, then I'll be going back to the drawing board. I'll be watching a video, and maybe these have to be, the card's going to have to be bigger that way, so that I can get an inch on each side. Or maybe what I'll do on my next one is do it like this, but have, because it needs to stand up flat, so that if I put that like that, it doesn't, so it needs to have like a tuck so that when the frame comes out it'll stand up without falling over. And maybe what I should have done is do a bigger one, and then maybe what I should have done is not put the whole thing on there, is put that above, so that along there it could have had a whole bit for standing up, and then it would have stood up. So that needed to be a little bit longer than the actual base. But anyway, that is a trial and error. So yeah, that is it for that one. I'll bring in the other card that I made, which that one works for me. So I just need a little bit more practice with that style of card, I think. So yeah, so I'm not going to finish that one off on video because the video is going to be quite a long video. So that is it for this one. So thank you for sticking with me and for putting up with me trying to do a different style of card for the first time. As I say, my mistakes will stay in. So yeah, until the next time, thank you for watching, and thank you for all your support. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for all your comments on my videos. I do get back to all the comments that are on, that have the people, I do get back to everybody that does leave me comments. And at the moment I've got a little poll going on there for people to see if they want me to work with a little book, a wobble topper pad, pocket pad, or a say it with style pad, or craft pad. So when I get a few more people that have gone in there and voted, I will post the outcome, what it was, or when I start my video we'll see which got the most votes, and then I will do that video for that particular type of whatever it is, craft pad, topper pad, or the little pocket pads, or the saber style. So yeah, thank you for watching. Until next time, take care everyone. See you all soon. Bye for now.